Oh! Oh, do excuse my manners, I'm so sorry. I didn't quite realise you'd woken up. Lorelei Weston, Doctor of Medicine, how do you do? And your name was, I'm so sorry. Ah. Oh, like the Mesopotamian god? No, not like the Mesopotamian god. Oh, that's a shame. Such a missed opportunity, really. Here, let me put this aside. Wonderfully fascinating study on space orangutans in the year 3083. I just can't put it down. Careful. Oh, don't get up. Or if you must get up, do get up slowly, please. I don't want you to have another episode and fall down again. And I prefer to avoid using the Lazarus machine unless it's a very severe case. You do understand, of course. It takes quite a lot of ectoplasm to keep that beast running, so we prefer not to use it unless it's an extreme case where your death may result in the upset of all space-time. You do understand, of course. That would be just dreadful. I'd feel terrible. And by us, of course, I mean me and my research team. We're a bit scattered throughout space and time right now, but we do like to meet up from time to time to check on the Lazarus machine and other shared equipment. Do I live here? Oh, no, no, no. This is a borrowed office, you see. More like an office that I borrow from time to time. You know, maybe sometimes in 1873 or 1822 or 2045. Depends really what time I happen to be in and whether or not the building is still standing. How did you get here? Oh, that's, again, terribly rude of me. I'm so sorry. Well, yes, you see, I came across you lying face down in the year 1918, and I happened to find you in a trench. I thought it would be terribly rude of me to leave you there, so I hope you don't mind. I picked you up and brought you here. I figured, should you perhaps live, maybe we could have a lovely chat, and I could learn something about you, and if you did not, I could use your organs for my experiments. Organ donation is such a lovely program. Please, no, 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 don't get up. Of course, I won't harm you when you're alive. That's terrible. You need permits for everything these days. What am I? Oh dear. Well, I'm so sorry. What was that? Time Lord. Doesn't ring a bell. However, I must say you may be well aware of my colleague, Dr. Van Helsing. Why, yes, I am a real doctor, since you've asked. You've never heard of me? Oh, well, I'm certainly not surprised, darling. I only recently graduated from Rotterdam, and I prefer to keep a low profile for my work, you see. The fabric of space-time is so delicate, and should it be interrupted, even a millimetre here and there, it can lead to dastardly consequences and the destruction of the entire planet. I prefer not to have such blood on my hands. But perhaps even if you haven't heard of me, perhaps you have heard of my colleagues, Dr. Van Helsing and Sherlock Holmes, also Dr. Jack Seward. Brilliant minds, the whole lot. I've great admiration for all three. However, our expertise has diverged a little bit in university. They focus more on the occult end of the ectoplasm spectrum, and I focus on the time travel end of the ectoplasmic spectrum. I prefer to examine the nature of this holographic reality, and I find it an incredibly satisfying and nuance-specific type of work. It's truly an honour to be a part of it, truly. Marvellous good fun. How can you go wrong? I mean, it involves space orangutans. Charming characters, very advanced in their maths. Alright, I can see you're still on edge. Perfectly reasonable. After all that mustard gas and war trauma, anyone would be a little on edge. Here, here, just the thing. You hold right there. Just one moment, please. I've just the thing. Here we are, just the thing. Wonderful. Yes. Oh goodness, don't ask what they are. Just honour the medicine, shall we? Deep breaths. Here we are. Yes. Lovely vapours, aren't they? Exquisite for healing of all kinds. Don't question the doctor, darling, do. Just enjoy the vapours. There we are. There we are. Yes. Ah. Already feeling a bit relaxed, are we? Wonderful. So many advancements in science. It's amazing what you can find when you pop into the 4000th millennia. Wonderful medicines. Indeed. There we go. Wonderful soothing vapours, aren't they? Surely you can already feel your mind starting to relax. Marvellous. Marvellous. Wonderful. So exquisitely soothing, aren't they, the vapours? Wonderful. All right, well, we'll give that a moment. Give that a moment for you to, for the vapours to get their full effect. Help you relax, unwind a little bit. There we are. You all right? Exquisite. No, don't. Heavens, no. What sort of doctor would you take me to be if I removed your organs while living? It's just not suitable. It solves so many problems that way, but it's just not suitable. There we are. Enjoy the vapours. Pleasant effect, isn't it? Very pleasant. Wonderful. Exquisite, darling. All right, so now that I'm sure you're... All right, so how are we, darling? Can you hear this? Wonderful. All right, so are you feeling more calm? Marvellous. I think we shall commence with then a short examination to be certain that your health is as it should be. Again, terrible trauma, the mustard gas, it killed so many. Terrible tragedy, really, terrible. What will happen with the war? Oh, darling, it will resolve itself. Don't worry, they all do. Every war has an end, of course, and the one that you were in, I believe it was World War One. Or as they think of it in the year 4000, the first ancient human war. Allow me to obtain my effects. Here we are. Excellent. All right, darling, so we shall start with your heart. Important that it keeps ticking, you know, if we are to continue to call you a living. Here we are. Excellent. Now, do just hold still. And deep breaths for me, yes. Yes, and another. Good, good, good. And a third breath. Excellent, marvellous. Let it all out. Wonderful. Your heart is perfectly normal. Good. As it should be. All right, so next, if I may, next on the agenda, I should like to check your reflexes, if you don't mind. Do stay where you are again. Perhaps more vapours then. Here, darling, here we are. Inhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Here we are. Exquisite. Deep breaths, deep breaths. There we are. Deep breaths. Yes, I did get these vapours from Dr. Van Helsing. Again, I'm afraid I can't quite tell you what they are, but they're extraordinarily helpful, not only in calming the nerves, but weeding out the vampires among the lot, which you do not seem to be blissfully, or else I might have to turn you into the authorities. Do inhale, there we are. Wonderful. But never you fear. I am quite certain that as a mortal you will be perfectly fine. As one of us little people, you'll be alright. So, alright, there we are. Now I shall check your reflexes. Do hold still. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3. And this leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And again. Marvellous. Yes, your reflexes are quite sharp. Also important as mustard gas is known to affect the nerve centres. Alright, next in our little inspection. This part is quite important, you see. If there's anything bacterial wrong with you that may have entered your system, it is very vital that I find it out. So we're going to do a quick lighting test, so to speak. Here we are. Alright now, darling. Hold still. I'm going to check here for a second. Okay. Say ah. Wonderful. I don't see any infections. Here. Ah. There we are. Yes, hold. Well, I don't see any infections. That's a good start. No infections, no redness. You do need to brush more, darling, I'm afraid to say. What is it that's available to you in 1918? Was it licorice paste, or was it, perhaps if you, what was your year, goodness? 1918. I do suggest then like a licorice paste, or perhaps even baking soda, if you can get your hands on it. It's exquisite for preventing those little nastinesses that can happen in the mouth. You are aware, of course, that in ancient times it was common for people to die of tooth decay. I would prefer if you die of anything, it not be that. So let me put this away then. We shall proceed to the next one. Alright, and for this part of the test, I'm going to check your ears. Very important. You may hear a slight scratching and you may feel a bit of pressure, but it shouldn't cause you any pain. Be still. Come, here we go. Alright, going in with the pick. Oh dear. Got a bit of a build-up, I see. Seems whatever did not make it into your nasal cavities made it into this part of the sinus. Dreadful. Very well. And I shall check the other side now, if you don't mind. Do hold still. There we are. Here we are. Keep looking straight ahead, darling. Don't cause a fuss. Oh yeah. Does it hurt? Does it cause you any pain? Good to know. Exquisite. Wonderful. You are a perfect specimen of ears, my dear friend. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take some quick measurements. You may not have seen this device before. It's from the year 1999. It's quite useful little tool for measurements, kind of like a ruler but more effective. So do hold still while I just measure your cranium here. There we go. Yes? It won't be uncomfortable. I mean, I've already begun. How can you ask if it's uncomfortable once we've started? There we go. And here. And here. And I'm going to go around the back. There we go. Perfect. 17 inches. Not your cranium, of course, darling. Well, you're not paying attention. We moved on from that quite a bit ago. Perhaps a space orangutan might be at the measurement of 17 inches, but that is not going to be the case for someone like you. Let me see here. Well, would it bother you terribly if I were to inoculate you? Oh, very well. I'll put this away. Perhaps later then? No? Oh, all right. Here's something we can try. A little tincture. This is also wonderful for relaxation. Just going to apply a little bit, like that. It's important to shake it up. And there we go. And a little more right here. There we are. Excellent. Right, let's put that away. How else can I be certain that you are in a fit and healthy state? Let me see. Yes. We could do a lighting check. Just hold on one moment, please. I'm going to hold this flame near you, and you tell me how it sounds. How about that, yes? Excellent. This test will be thoroughly painless, I do promise. Here we are, alright? Close your eyes now, do listen. Do you hear it? Very subtle, no? How about now? Is it louder or softer? Alright. Louder or softer? About the same? A little louder? Excellent. Let's check this side. Alright. Tell me again. Louder or softer? Louder or softer? Too loud? How foolish of me. Let me put this down. I am pleased to report that you do seem in peak fitness, with the exception, you know, of the blocked ears. Alright, for one more hearing test, I'm going to make little sounds like this. And you, just like with the candle, tell me when you hear them. Alright? How's this one? Perhaps a tapping test, yes? I'm afraid I gave up smoking once I went to 1995 and learned how terribly bad for you it is, but I still like to keep the tins for such purposes, and also to hold my supplies and various medicines. Here, we can perform a little hearing test. Do hold still. Can you hear it? Quite useful, isn't it? And now this side. And finally, to conclude the hearing test, I'm going to make some soft sounds in your ears, and you tell me whether that dreadful blockage seems to tune them out. Here we are. All right, we're going to start with this sound. You did hear it. Wonderful. The other side. Seems you're right as rain, darling. Very good. I'm glad of it. Perhaps, though, unfortunately, however, I must report that it may be soon time for our little session to come to a close. You've been a marvellous patient, but you see, I have other experimentations that I would like to progress with, and of course the space orangutan study just keeps ticking away without me. But however, I don't want to just walk out on you, that would be utterly dreadful. So let me leave you with a little present to aid in your future healing. Nothing too fancy, just a little herb. Yes, of course, darling, I know herb magic was disproven millennia ago. However, I find sometimes that which soothes the mind is more effective than that which soothes the body, and it would seem to me at the moment you are suffering from more conditions of the mind than conditions of the body. So allow me to prepare a little powder for you that you might use should you have further misadventures. Terribly hard to clean, you know, when you're going back and forth through time. It's so tempting to just rewind to the part where your abode was clean, so that you don't have to proceed to clean it, but that never lasts, of course. Here we are, wonderful. For your patience, here we have something that might be a bit familiar to you. If you'll take a look, you can see that this is a similar substance to the vapors that I in fact gave you earlier to help you relax. And in the future, should you need a little bit of relaxation, though I cannot give you my vapors, you are advised to please use some of this medicine. How do you use it? Oh, well, it's quite simple, really. You just grind it up with a little mortar and pestle and then put it through an ectothermal generator. Well, you know, should you not have one of those, I imagine some kind of compressing device should do the trick well. Here we are. Alright, so here we are. Can you see? You need very, very little of it, really. Honestly, this is perhaps too much. That's about 30 doses in there. If you can find an ectoplasmic machine or else a compression device that can apply a similar amount of pressure, you should be able to use this wonderful herb to relax. So I'll just hand this off to you. There you are. Do enjoy. Well, you're quite welcome, of course. Next, I'm going to give you an oral medicine that can be used for relaxation and also for, you know, some delicious cooking. So here we have, in this little pouch, some fine sage. Delightful herbal remedy, also delightful on chicken, if you ask me. Here, let me show you how it's used. And of course the delightful thing about the sage is you don't have to compress this one, it's already quite wonderfully flammable. So there we are. There we are. Isn't the smell delightful? Not really as effective as the vapors in my mind, but of a similar usage. Should you find yourself in a similar situation where you are face down in a trench or otherwise exhausted and stressed, I do recommend having a few granules of that powder mixed with the water, or you could perhaps compress it as I recommended in an ectoplasmic generator, and then employ some of this delightful herb. You may, as I suggested as well, put it on your chicken, or perhaps even just eat it as is. And another alternative is burning it as a vapor. You can tell, of course, which one is my preference. Oh, oh my. Do consider yourself warned, it can make quite a stink and quite a mess. If you have any very sensitive family members or neighbours, you may want to alert them first. Amazing the power of a simple vapour, isn't it? Such simple vapours can cause so much relaxation. Wonderful. Exquisite. Well, darling, anyway, I believe our time has run short. As I mentioned, it is quite vital that I get back to my work, and you, I suppose, will want to get back to your war, although I assure you, even without you, they will succeed in the end and all will be well. Make of that what you will, of course. I would also kindly advise that, since war does not exist forever, that you adopt other hobbies, perhaps medicine or research, and contribute to our understanding of the universe, as that will be a much more in-demand career in the next couple millennium. Well, it's been wonderful, darling. I bid you adieu. Of course, you may show yourself out. I must go and run about my tasks. Since you will not be my organ donor, I'm afraid I must locate a new organ donor, and that takes time and very much effort. So if you don't mind, please feel free to avail yourself of my home office for perhaps another maybe 5.3 or 5.4 hours, and after that I shall come and forcefully remove you. So please don't make it come to that. Enjoy your rest, enjoy your relaxation, and when I return, hopefully you will be gone so that I may continue my studies. And this nonsense about Time Lords, do remove it from your head. I have been all over space and time, and I do not know of any such Time Lords. It sounds like a dreadful fantasy expression of capitalism, and frankly, in the year 3000 we no longer do that either. So, cheerio then. Good day to you, my friend. And I will be back perhaps in about 40 years. Bye then.